Just want to have everyone in the energy. That's all.
Damn right. Nah, that's the vibes right there, man. You got the iPad too? You got every damn little gadget, I swear to God.
Feel like Batman.
Yeah, you're going to press a button and some shit going to pop out the wall.
Nah, dude. Yeah, right. I'm joking. He looked
right over there.
Damn.
Yeah, y'all can't see it, but he got the mobile right over there.
Man, see, let me tell you, I operate by faith, not sight, because I can't see. So I need the big old screen right here. I cannot see.
Operate by faith, not sight.
Yeah.
This man just, you out here dropping gems. Man. That's crazy.
Can I change your mind? Can I change your mind?
Yo, what's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Garage Talks 5417 podcast. I'm your host, Desmond Reynolds, a.k.a. The Peacekeeper. And as you know, it's our first recording of 2025. Like, that's crazy. It's 2025. Our first recording, our first guest. So let me go ahead and introduce this young man right quick to you. So we got Caleb, goes by CMadd, ascending artist, a man that operates with heart, starting to tour this country and doing what he loves, which is music. See what it
That was
do.
a hard ass fucking, yeah, that was a great way to introduce, bro.
Bet, I got
This
you.
boy coming with it.
Hey, my parents told me take care of your guests. So what's up, mate?
Hey, just vibing, bro. You know what I mean? Better than yesterday, not as good as tomorrow. Happy to be here. It only took me one shot to make the basket, you know? So
What? Oh, right, yeah, for sure,
You know,
100%.
so,
yeah,
it took you like couple few, right?
Right.
Something like
And
couple.
that footage, we're gonna tuck that away.
Yeah.
Man, it's good to finally have you, man.
Yeah, bro.
Like, for real. Shot your shot, kicking it, you joining the journey.
Feel me?
It's good, man.
Feel me? Y'all pulled out all the gadgets for me too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, man.
feeling at home, bro. Came with the water. The cotton mouth is gone, ready to rock.
You said you feeling at home? Come here, man. That's the goal, man.
How could I not feel at home, bro? Came here, you gave me a whole prayer. Like, nah, the vibes are on point, bro. You know what I'm saying? I never had nobody pray for me like that, pray for my voice and shit. Like, that was a cool moment for real.
Got you, man.
Yeah.
Got you for sure, man.
Real
So,
shit.
so let's get into it, man. We in 2025. What's up? How was 24 in just a general man? Looking back, how was 24?
24 was simultaneously one of the most like exciting but hardest years of my life, I would say. Like,
Ooh,
I did more shows in 2024 than I ever did. I probably made more money than I ever did. You know, I had some of the coolest interactions, met some incredible people. I got to travel. You know, I went out to Montana, I went out to Arizona for shows. Like, all in all, in the music world, 2024 was like definitely like a milestone year. Like,
Most def.
I hit my first song to 100,000 plays, which was like, I'm you know, that was still one of those moments that I'm like, you know, I'm still not satisfied. I still got a lot to
Good.
do, but that was
Good.
one of those like hitting six figures was definitely like
Absolutely.
a very validating moment. But on the other side of it, you know what I mean, definitely a lot of loss, definitely a lot of like trials and tribulations, but you know, there's beauty in the struggle. So it's all part of it. It's all part of the yin and yang and the balance of, you know, what makes us who we are.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
I love that answer. Honestly,
me?
just saying, man, it was a lot of lessons.
Yeah.
I'll never say losses, but a lot of lessons. Only thing I lost is some loved ones, but I mean, it's just cool that there's a purpose to the new year. It's just same us, fresh start.
Real shit. Yeah.
You know? So I'm happy for you, man. Good job, bro. You've
Right
been
back at you, bro.
we've been at the grind, and you said something earlier, man, that I love. You said we always been in the same rooms. We just never really had a chance to conversate too much.
Yeah.
But it was always love and respect. But
100. Yeah. Well, you know, any friend of Bari is a friend of mine, bro. Like, he's never. Bari has introduced me to very few people that I'm not like tight with now. You know what I mean? And
Got you.
I know that he's very aware of like his circle and the people he brings around. So as soon as I seen y'all linking up, I already knew like, yeah, this is someone I want to interact with for sure.
Absolutely.
And yeah, y'all got a positive vibe too. You know what I mean? As an entity, and that's something that I love so much is when people like don't give a fuck about what everybody else is caring about and just want to put positive messages out. You know what I mean? That's just
Got you.
not a lot of people do that. A lot of people are trying to like clout chase and do this and that and the other, and aren't really concerned about others' well-being. You know what I mean? So I definitely appreciate that about what y'all got going on here.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thanks. That's something I noticed with you, like just kind of looking at your profile and things.
Mm-hmm.
You're not faking it to make it. You really just out here putting your heart on here. You really just
love.
speaking your mind. How did you realize that? Hey, I'm just gonna be me, do me while I do my music.
I feel like that was always where it started, because music for me was always like an outlet. When I was a kid, like I was really into sports. Like I always thought I was going to play baseball.
Oh, okay.
And once I started getting injured more and like, I got a little older and the competition got crazier, it was like, I don't know if this is really my path. And like,
Right.
I never saw myself doing something that was like normal, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like I always foresaw myself being upset if I didn't really like fully use my potential. You know what I mean? And so art was always like what I was drawn to, because it was just the beauty of creation, is something, it transcends us. Music transcends languages. It transcends pretty much everything. It's universal, Like, so it's just once I the first time someone ever told me you changed my life with music, it was just like, this is what I'm doing now. I'm not just putting shit on SoundCloud no more, ripping YouTube beats off. Like, I'm gonna go buy a computer, I'm gonna go buy FL Studio, and I'm gonna sit down and get to work. And,
Absolutely.
6 years later, I'm that same kid. That same kid who was hungry and just wanted to create. And it's a little different now. The stakes are a bit higher.
Why now? Why are they higher now?
I got to do it, bro. Like,
Gotta do it.
I've already gotten this far. I have my team is crazy, bro. Like, shout out 4QC, shout out all my brothers. Like, I've never had this much faith in like what was going on around me. You know what I mean? Because I've always had like some of a team, and I've been with Dirt Squad for a while now. So like we've always had that established, but it's a bit different now, because it's like when you got 10 people who are just as hungry as you are and willing to put bread down and like are willing to find solutions to problems and all that type of shit, And when we all walk into a building, it's like we got 3 people with cameras, and we got these 2 are gonna go talk to bro and hand out business cards and sell merch, and we're gonna go perform, and we're gonna come back, and we're gonna be able to say that we got the footage, that we killed the show, we made bread. It's like,
Absolutely.
it's like we can't lose. At this point in my mind, like it's us against us.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna just wake up every day and feel like that.
There you go. And that's so huge, man. Like, I call it the trenches. You don't need AKs and grenades to be in war. We're in war every day.
Real shit.
I tell my team that we in the trenches. I need to look left and know if we getting bombed on, you hanging with me. Because you see the real people when, honestly, shit hits the fan. When it hits the fan, that's when you see someone's real character, I think. And it's just like, man, so I love that answer from you, because it's true. I can relate. I do a different type of artists and creation, but I feel you, man. Having people that you can rely on,
that's everything, bro.
Trust.
That's the foundation.
It's the foundation, man.
Yeah.
We go further together.
Real shit, bro. And it's like, I just feel blessed, man, because I remember being in my mom's room, and I'm sitting on a bullshit ass chair, and I'm in a small ass little room with my bed and my dog sleeping on my bed, and I'm cooking up beats that nobody's ever gonna use. You know what I mean?
Damn.
And it's like, it's just crazy now to go from that. And I remember being by myself, and
Absolutely.
being like, damn, bro, I gotta run the business. I gotta learn how to do marketing. I gotta put the bread down. I gotta learn how to make beats. I gotta engineer, and because music's expensive, bro. And it's like,
man, all that equipment,
bro, the equipment, the time, the knowledge, all the hour. Time is money, and that shit. Like, you gotta put in your 10,000 hours, and it's wild for me to like look back on those days and like not having any idea what the hell I was doing, to now like I got my calendar planned out. Like, I know what I'm posting tomorrow. I know where I'm going tonight. I know, what I mean? It's like, it's just so different, bro. And it's like,
man,
it's just a blessing for real.
So you started like that. So that definitely prompts something. You started on your own, you and your dog in your room. How important is networking?
It's everything, bro. Network is net worth. Like,
For sure.
you could be the hardest, you could be the best artist in the world, but if you're sitting in your room and you're not putting it in people's faces, it's not going to do anything for you. You know what I mean?
sure.
So that's a hell of a question, because I feel like, especially in such a competitive world, it's like you gotta be that guy. And in order to be that guy, you got to be very outward and vocal and, very like, I don't know, man. Networking it's a trip too, because like I would consider myself like an introverted extrovert. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
like I'm a homebody. Like I like my own space and my own time. Like being able to do what the fuck I want.
Hell
but,
yeah.
You know, obviously we got to get out there. We got to get in the mix, and we got to be shaking
sure.
hands and showing face and
Shaking
you know what
hands,
I mean.
showing
And
faces, yeah.
shows honestly was my way to really like become more social, because I feel like I used to not like fit in as much, which you know a lot of artists feel that way. A lot of artists feel kind of like I don't know what the word is, but it's a common feeling, I feel like, for
Gotcha.
and I think that's why a lot of people like me turn to art also, is that feeling.
You express yourself a different way.
Yeah, 100%. Like
Yeah,
when I'm on stage, that's a different type of like expression, and it's almost a different version of myself too, because I feel like I do kind of like, I don't want to use the term blackout, but it's like I do kind of just get into a different state of being, you know, a state of like a mindset,
Right.
especially just depending on like who's there and who's watching. Like if I'm performing and I'm looking down and I'm seeing the loonies sitting there watching me perform, you know, like I gotta be on my A game. I gotta be
sure.
hitting my moves and, you know, doing all that shit. So like,
Absolutely.
yeah, bro, I don't know how I went from networking to performing, but
Nah, you good, bro? Shoot.
nah, yeah, it's
It's
everything for sure.
I always put this. See, you don't change up as an artist, but you're like a kaleidoscope. So you're different lights. You get different, not different versions of you, like you said. So
Right.
it's always shining a different you. When you're on stage, that part is shining. When you're being an introvert, that part is shining.
Right.
When you're with your family, that part is shining. And you know that's a talent to have, because some people can be so selfish and just hone in on one part they want to shine on, when really, man, let it all shine. So it's like the kaleidoscope. You want everything to flourish and show.
Yeah.
And when you fill up one cup, guess what? Once that cup fills up, then it's gonna start pouring into the next one, kind of like waterfall. You said that earlier. So
Yeah.
the waterfall theory.
That's a cool
So,
metaphor. I fuck with that.
So yeah, man, you got it, bro. You cooking. I noticed that with you though, bro. Like it seems like to me, just outside looking in at you, I don't see you just out. I only see you out if you're working. Is that true?
Yeah, I would. You know, Barry's the only one who can get me out. Barry's the only one who could be like, "Hey man, we gonna hit the club. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get bottles and this and that." And I'm
Like on some turn up time.
yeah, you know, like, and
Okay.
it's not often. You know what I mean? Like,
Nah.
especially just like I don't know. I'm kind of anal about my finances. You know what I mean? Type shit. Like,
Oh, you on some LeBron time? Just kind of
sort of. I mean, you know, every now and then Jaguars and Phoenix gets a hold of me, but
Gotcha,
you know,
gotcha.
it's situational for sure.
For sure, man. For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta celebrate life. I get it,
Yeah,
man.
100%.
Sure. You got
But,
to.
nah, definitely more of like a homebody and be in my space type of person. Especially because you know my studio's at the crib now. We had a studio for a minute there, but we back at the crib till we find the next spot. So you know, I just like to be near the computer, bro, because I get inspiration so randomly. Like I'll be sitting there playing 2K and all of a sudden like I hear something in the game that triggers something, or like
Oh,
I'll be
word.
watching a movie, or you know, like I could be walking down the street and hear someone say something or read something, like so yeah, honestly, when I'm at the crib, it's like anytime I have inspiration, I can just it's right there, you know what I mean? And I know how to
sure.
I know how to record myself, engineer it. I got my camera set up, so if I want to record shit, like I have my whole, you know, everything that I need to do, you know, and it's hard for me to not be able to create. Like if I'm away from my shit for too long, I start to get antsy. You know what I mean? I
Oh,
gotta
yeah,
have some
yeah.
sort of outlet, something. You know?
For sure, yeah. You don't want to get dusty brain, start just being
Yeah,
like,
there you
I'm
go.
sitting here just, I feel you, bro. It'd be the same way with me. Like, if 2 days go by and I ain't did what I'm supposed to do, that's what I call it, supposed to do, then I just already know how it is, man.
Yeah, real shit.
It's real. But networking and having the team, I just love that about you. It's true. I'm still learning to this day to like let go and let my team take some stuff. Like there'll be times Kevin's like, dude, I got this. Like, just back away. And
Yeah.
it's like that.
Nah, that shit is tough, bro. Because when you when you care about it and you truly love it, it's hard to just like. But when you got people you trust, you know, like a Kevin or hey, shout out to everybody behind the cameras too.
Everybody right here,
You
shout
know?
out.
It's like when you have a team that you can trust like that. That's like we were saying earlier, bro. That really is such a blessing. You know what I mean? And it takes a while to really find your clan, I feel like. But once you got that shit, it's like life is just so much easier with people that you can rely on. And
How long did it take you to find your team and having fourth quarter and find your whole team? How long did you think it took you?
So to start at the beginning, I met Rooks in 2019. We were both going to LCC. And we were in a music class together. And my teacher, Mike Denny, pulled out the guitar and is like, does anyone want to do vocals? Like, I got the guitar, and like everyone's looking at each other all scared, and I'm like, whatever. So I go up there and I'm like, I'm just freestyling, you know what I mean? It's nothing that I'm like super proud of, but I just see Rook like dialed in, bro. Like he's bopping. And the next thing that Mike Denny does is like, do people still listen to albums? And I'm like, well, the Carter 5 just came out and I slapped that bitch 3 times back to back. You know, and he was like, yeah, bro, like. And from that point on, bro, like he was supposed to open up for Warren G at the time, and he's like, "Hey, you want to come open for Warren G with me?" And you know, I'm 19 years old. I've done 2 shows, and they both were at like houses. You know what I mean? So he's talking about Warren G. I'm like, bro, are you you're capping, right? Like you're playing with me. And he's like, nah, bro. And he pulled out the flyer, and his name was on it. I'm like, okay, well, yeah, fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm down. For like, all I got to do is freestyle and tell you I fuck with the Carter 5 and I'm opening for Warren G. Like, yeah.
Let's go.
You know what I mean? And we were locked in, bro. And Dirt Squad's gone through a lot of changes of like artists coming and going, you know what I mean? Because we're the type of group where like we're all solo artists, you know what I mean? But we're just kind of working towards a common goal and have like similar branding, similar ideals.
Okay, bet.
And then when we work, you know what I mean? So I've been with Dirt Squad now for about 5-6 years. And through Dirt Squad, I was doing a show and I met my boy Denny, who
shout out Denny.
Bro,
Shout out Denny.
Have you met Denny?
He's the engineer, right? He does engineering.
That's Spaceman.
The what?
Spaceman's
that's Spaceman. My bad. Okay.
Nah, Denny, you'll know if you knew Denny, you would know Denny. He looks like Jesus, so it's kind of hard to miss him. Like
I might have, but we'll catch up on that.
Yeah. But I went to one of his shows and met bro, and you know, when you meet artists like and you haven't heard them yet, you never know what to expect. Like,
for sure,
I've met so many people who I look at and I'm like, that dude sounds like that or does that. You know what I mean? Like, oh man. So Denny was one of those people for me where he's like the most polite, like cool, calm, like collected, like good charisma and shit. And I'm like, oh, bro's, you know, like I feel like bro's gonna be dope. And sure enough, bro hopped up there and fucking spazzed out,
just cooking,
just like, bro, like. And I'm a big fan of like lyrical rap, you know what I mean? Like I love all types of music, but like lyrical rap, when people are like putting the double entendres together and hitting the punchlines and all that type of shit, it just, you know what I mean? And he was one of those, I was like, bro, he's raw, you know? So me and him started working, and then through him, I met Stormy and Noah, who were also in 4QC, both super dope artists. Noah's a dope ass producer. Stormy's a fucking jack of all trades. You can give bro a rock and he'll hand you back $1,000, you know what I mean? Like, bro's just doing everything. So like, and then I met my boy Armando because he was working with Rook at Olive Garden, and he was going to University of Oregon and wanted to do a documentary. So he asked Rook to do the documentary, and we've been working with bro ever since. And bro literally wakes up at 2 a.m, goes and works for the news. Like he does like all the broadcasts and shit for the news.
Oh, word. Okay, bet.
So he gets off at like 10 a.m. and comes and works with us all day, and then goes to bed at 7 and then wakes up and does it all over again, you know? So it's like our team is just crazy, bro. Like
you need that.
And it's like it's like almost like competition sometimes, you know what I mean? If one of us is tired, Mondo's like, bro, I got 2 hours of sleep yesterday, you know what I mean? And I've been shooting for 5 hours. Like, suck it up, bro. Hit the blunt and suck it up. You know what I mean?
Come on, for real.
So it's like we make each other better, bro. This motherfucker over here, you know what I mean? When I met him, he wasn't doing videography, and like now he's got whole clients and shit. You know what I mean?
Sniping. Just I saw that. Just y'all walking in. It's just y'all didn't even have to communicate. Your body language said it.
Nah, he knows what he's doing.
It's amazing, man.
You know what I mean? It's this. Yeah, like I said, bro. I can't express it enough, bro. I really feel blessed right now. And
you are. You really are. Outside looking in, you really is. That's important. A lot of people, and I'm sure you can attest to it, you've seen a lot of other teams, they don't got that. They don't. It's not healthy competition. So you guys are blessed, man, for real. Keep that fire burning. I know you know that, but it's huge, man.
It's good to hear it from other people too, though. You know what I mean? Like, especially people who are like similarly on a path. You know what I mean? Real recognize real type shit. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And reassurance, man. Just sometimes reassurance, we need it at times here and there. I'm not saying every day, but here and there. Someone come in, pat you on the back. You're like, all right, that feel good. That's cool. Thank you. I feel you, man.
I keep hearing the accent poke out. Where are you from originally? I'll hear it like now and then. It'll be like one word. I'm like, that sounds different than how people say that out here.
A little different, yeah. Honestly, born and raised here.
Oh, real shit?
Yeah.
Just your influences and who you're around, kind of? Because you definitely got like a little like like twang to the way you talk. for
I
sure.
get that a lot.
You know what I mean?
So little family history. Originally, my family's from down south.
Got it.
A lot.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
talking back.
Yeah.
And I think it just jumped in, man. If you heard my dad talk, you'd be like, that's his dad. Like that's you're Desmond's dad. You run
Right.
into him at a gas station, you be like, you're Desmond's dad.
Yeah,
Everyone does it. It's crazy. So I got a little Southern comfort to me. It just comes in. I don't know where, but
Honey, it's comforting, like, cause like when I grew up on the East Coast, a lot of people did have like an accent and shit, and like I feel like out here, you know, people tell me now that I talk funny, like people in Oregon talk
Really?
funny, or the PNW, and like
What?
I feel like we be talking pretty normal. But you know, I feel like that's how everyone
For
thinks.
sure.
You know, people with a Southern accent don't think they sound weird. They just sound like everybody. You know, it's like
Absolutely.
So I don't know. I just always think it's cool when people got like some sort of, you know, accent or whatever, because it's just interesting to like hear people's stories and shit. You know.
It is nice. Instead of like hearing people's like Instagram voice or YouTube voice, hey, what's up? How y'all doing?
Yeah.
Like, nah, come on, man. You
Like,
know,
nah,
kinda like
be yourself, you know
Yeah,
what I
just
mean?
be you, do you.
Yeah.
So yeah.
My Jersey shit comes out like when I'm drinking my Jersey, you'll hear like a dog or an orange or a forest or a fucking water, like
Oh, a water? What? What is all for
That's my-
water?
Yeah, water.
Oh,
that's
that's
my growing up. Well, I grew up growing up in Jersey. You know, I grew up around a lot of like Jewish people, and they all got the accent where they be saying shit hella funny. So like,
got it.
yeah.
That's dope, man. That's dope. You go back east a lot, or
You know, I haven't been. The last time I went was 2021, and I haven't been for like 3 years. But I'm going this year, man. That is like I gotta go like at least every couple years. I got hella family out there. You know, grandparents who are getting older.
yeah,
And that's home. You know what I mean? Like I love to be able to. The one thing that I really don't like about out here, if I'm gonna be completely real, is the water is colder than a bitch.
Oh my
Like,
goodness.
I grew up like, you know what I mean? We drive 30 minutes, we go to Ocean Beach, and it's bath water, bro. And it's like
Really,
fire
Here?
ass waves and you know what I mean, all that shit. Like
for sure.
that's the only thing I'm not a fan of out here is the water.
Water is freezing. It's good to
me?
drink, but it's freezing.
Yeah,
I'm
facts.
like, man, you ever been to Blue Pool
I
up the McKenzie this way?
actually don't think I have. I've definitely seen pictures and shit, but
Don't get in that if you don't like cold water. That water, that's some of the coldest water out there.
I've gotten used to it for sure over time. But when I first moved out here, I was like, this is some bullshit, bro. Like going to the coast for the first time, you know, I'm so used to like beautiful, sunny, like, you know, nice weather, fucking like all that shit. And I pull up and it's all like dreary and wet and windy. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? It was such a shock of like, this is what the ocean is like out here. You know what I mean? Like I've always been to places that are like more, you know, not tropical, but like warmer. So it was definitely a trip when I first moved out here.
Got you. My friends from Cali, they go, don't call this the ocean. This the coast for y'all.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
even
yeah.
the ocean.
No, real shit.
I'm like, that's jacked up, man. Come on.
Yeah. I fuck with Cali though. I love going out to Dago, bro. Ever since me and Bari met and we started going out there more, like I don't know if have you spent any time out there?
I've been in Cali, not in Dago. I'm
Yeah.
more like the LA, prayers to them. LA, Victorville, Oakland. I've been kind of that area. So,
Yeah. You got like family out there, or you just be visiting and shit? Or?
Yeah, family. Family, yeah. They're good though. The ones in Victorville, they're like over the mountain, so they're way away from all that right now. But
Blessings.
Yeah, definitely.
Shout out to everybody out there struggling right now, man. Like
Man.
we're praying for y'all, for real. Like we're feeling it.
man, prayers for them. That's so crazy. Like, I did have that to bring up to you. What you think of all that with the Cali fires? It's just crazy.
I mean, I'm the type of person with shit like that. Like I haven't looked into it enough to like tell you how I feel about it. I mean, I'm definitely like, it's fucked up. You know what I mean? People are losing their houses. People are losing their lives. Like I'm definitely like feeling for it, but I don't know too many specifics about like what caused it or I did read some shit though that they released a bunch of prisoners to like help fight the fires. So we'll see how that unfolds.
sure.
Because that definitely sounds like it could go one way or the other, you know.
Absolutely.
But they got to do what they got to do. Like I know we mobilized a bunch of trucks from Oregon to go up there and help.
Oh, did we really?
Yeah, I was
Nice.
reading some shit about. I can't remember if it was Portland or wherever, but yeah, we literally sent trucks. I think Washington too, because they're at the point where like they need all the help they can get. That shit is so out of control and. The videos are wild, bro. Like, you know, you see all these influencers who are usually posting themselves like wilding out, having a great time, and all of a sudden it's like they're posting houses on fire and You know, people like
Man.
it's just it's a trip, bro.
It,
like
it looks like the apocalypse over there, low key.
real shit, bro.
Some of those pictures.
Yeah, the hills
I'm
are
like,
literally on fire. That's some biblical shit. You
For
know what I mean? The
real.
Hollywood Hills are literally up in flames. Y'all ever
It's-
seen This Is the End? That's literally
Man, that movie was
that's
crazy.
literally what's happening right now.
For
Like,
real, it's wild. I agree with you. I'm more in the mode of take care of everybody, the people, the animals,
Yeah.
help everybody. I'm not in the mode of like conspiracy or nothing too much. Sure, I've heard like someone tried to start it. Some people said the wind finally blew the right way and caught a fire. I don't know, but it's just wild to see the hills just lit up like that. And I'm big on like the animals too, man. But the one beauty you can take from it is seeing that people are coming together. Like people from Canada and Mexico are coming, like you said, from Oregon, and helping each other. And it sucks that people are coming together on such a disaster. But at the same time, it's like, there we go. We got to work together and help each other.
That's a really good point too. And I think one thing I was kind of thinking about is maybe, some of these people who are like kind of on a, however you want to put it, a higher tier of life, more financially free, these millionaires, maybe it helps them feel a bit more human too. Cause it's like, damn, I'm not exempt from the shit just cause I, live in a beautiful neighborhood and have money. Like nobody's exempt from natural disasters. And
Absolutely.
so, we're praying for all of y'all for real. Feeling that
Definitely
shit.
praying for you guys, praying. It's tough though. It's tough. It takes humanity sometimes, that kind of nudge to realize things, to come together. It sucks, but it's a nudge that's needed at times. And it's
you
like,
ain't wrong,
damn.
bro.
Like you said, it's for the wealthy people who knows how they are, and they're coming down like, damn, I'm like you said, untouchable. No, I'm not. I'm not untouchable.
Yeah.
So,
No, I was literally watching David Dobrik shit, and he's posting videos of the house that's like 2 blocks down from him on fire, and those houses are $5-10 million. Like,
dang,
you can have
man.
money, but do you got another $5-10 million to go buy a new house or build your house up
Right.
from the rubble? You like,
Right.
that's different. You know what I mean?
And if you think about like between the lines, now they're at a level, they might have to go to a store or like stay somewhere where they talk to everyday people now. And they get to actually experience and get reminded like, oh, there's people with way less than me and they're actually great people.
Yeah.
Like crazy conversations come out of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
No,
it's-
100%, bro.
It's wild how the universe will do that.
That's wild that we found a way to make a positive out of that. That was a fucked up ass situation, and we
is.
somehow found a way to spin it into a positive. That's
It,
crazy.
it is, man. It is. It's sad, but yeah. I would, man. What would you grab? Like, if you were in that scenario, what's the first things you would grab if they were like, "Yo, see, you got to get out. You got to go. You got 10 minutes."
Well, like, we're assuming that like all the people and animals are already out. Like, we talking like possessions.
People are out, animals still in,
Oh man, well yeah. I mean that's obvious. Like, there ain't no way I'm leaving my dog or my cat. Nah.
for sure.
Like, yeah, getting that.
First
I'm getting them, and I'm getting my computer. Everything else, all the belongings, and shit. Like that's all material shit. Plus, I got renter's insurance, so I'm gonna get some bread out of it.
Ah, there we
anyway.
go. There we go.
Feel me? A little 75K.
Man, golly,
Hey, shout out to Geico.
man. I'm glad
you-
you don't got State Farm. They said State Farm was canceling policies.
Oh yeah, I did
Up
hear
and
about
down.
that
They
shit,
was
bro.
canceling.
For the right before the fires, right?
right before.
Strange.
Crazy
We ain't
timing.
We ain't gonna get into all that. That's why we shouting out Geico.
Man. But yeah, same. I grab my dog, my computer.
Oh yeah, that's what we were talking
That's
about.
it. I'm just grabbing that.
Yeah.
I'm good, man.
No, I'm right there with you.
I'm
And
good.
the you got to get the basketball hoop.
I might grab the sign. I might grab the sign.
Yeah, you
Let me see.
can't-
That
yeah,
sign goes
you can't
hard,
leave the
man.
sign.
That sign go real hard.
No, I'm saying that was the first thing I seen when I walked in, bro. That bitch go crazy. I know that cost y'all a pretty penny too. I got money on it for real.
Fruits of our labor, for
He
sure.
got the golden hoop. He got the big ass sign. He got the Batmobile y'all can't see in the shot. This boy living.
Thanks, man. It was cool. Halloween time. I was real just like keeping my garage closed, but I
Yeah.
opened it and I was handing out candy right here. Kids were loving it.
That's a
Oh
vibe,
my
bro.
God, what is this? Are you a gamer? What do you do? I was like,
Oh, they were like looking at all this shit.
yeah, because I lit the sign up because this thing gets bright, bro.
Oh, yeah.
This thing gets super bright. I'll show you when we're done.
Yeah.
But it was so funny. The kids were loving it.
That's
Made
awesome,
my night,
bro.
man.
That's cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you would give me the vibe that you were good with kids without hearing a story like that.
Thanks,
You just seem
man.
like you're good with people. You know, what I mean, you got one of those vibes. Honestly, all y'all in here, like,
Oh, thanks, man.
You know?
Thanks. Treat people how you want to be treated. That's all.
100%. Not everybody gets that philosophy though. That's not,
Man.
Unfortunately, that's not something you're born with.
Yes, for real. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. See, I was gonna ask you, getting back to kind of music and stuff. Oregon is not the easiest place to do music.
No.
How you keep headstrong? How C stay headstrong with that?
Well, I would say I've been in Eugene, about 10 years now, and so I've been here long enough that I definitely have a bit of like a local fan base. They tell you not to worry about like a fan base in your own city, which is something I really took to heart, because it's like, if you are traveling and you're really doing shit and you're putting yourself out there and you're releasing music and you're putting out content, like the people who are where you are gonna recognize it. You know what I mean? When you're just like, I'm a rapper and you're posting shit on SoundCloud that gets 15 plays and you're trying to flex guns and shit, you know what I mean? Like, not to make it like that, but I'm just saying, like,
For sure.
There's definitely levels to like how to build a fan base, and I think for me, I'm a people person first and foremost, and also like my music helps me, so it's really easy to give people that same, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's really easy to like translate that, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, I know that this is something I've been through, and it's a lot of the times universal shit, you know what I mean? Like heartbreak, pain and strife, you know what I mean? Like,
it's easy for you to relate to the audience.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, I know someone in here is going through this.
yeah. Well, I make music for me at the end of the day, bro. Like, I always will, I always have. It was never about like making music for other people, but then when people started telling me that it was for them, then it was like, okay, maybe now it is, and it hasn't really swayed my creation. Like, I don't feel like I make music differently because of other people's opinions, but I definitely take that into account with like, if I got influence, like, I want to be a good influence on people. I don't want to be rapping about shit that they start thinking, shit's cool. And like, I've always wanted to be myself, bro. Cause like, I'm not, I'm not from the streets. I'm not, I didn't grow up robbing people and you doing all that shit. You know what I mean? I grew up in a regular ass house. You know what I mean? My mom was a hippie. Like, I grew up with deadheads. You know what I mean? That's where I came from. Like,
For sure.
I came from that type of shit. Not so, so I just don't be trying to portray nothing. And
How hard is that though? Because
for me, not hard.
Not
If I'm gonna
hard.
Be straight up.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I've seen on your post a lot, you don't take shortcuts day by day, step by step. And I love that. I respect that.
Yeah.
But a lot of glamorized music is everything you were saying you don't do.
Right. Well, I mean, I think honestly, I've had enough record labels call me and offer me numbers that I've already figured out that I can do it by myself, because why else would they be offering me all that if they didn't think that I was capable? So like, that's my thing, is I don't really, I don't got nobody pulling strings, like,
It's
I feel
all
like
you.
a lot of label artists have to kind of like play by the rules, and they gotta, when they make an album, there's a room of motherfuckers who don't care about their music and only care about a bag, listening to it and going, no, that song, and it's like, could never be me, bro. Like, I gotta have control over my expression. I gotta have control over how I influence the world, you know what I mean? And like, all the artists that I remember being a kid and being like, I want to be like that guy one day, that's how they moved, bro. They were genuine. They weren't out here hurting people, and you know what I mean? And everybody, like, don't get this twisted. Everybody has their own situation. I'm not trying to shame nobody for what y'all do. I'm just saying, me personally, in my world, with where I've been and my experiences and my influences, you know what I'm saying? It was just way easier for me to be myself, because I was never going to be good at trying to be anything else. You know what I mean? I was never going to be better at trying to portray something than I am at being CMadd. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Beautiful answer, man. That's real talk. That's why you're so good at it. You just
Appreciate
be you.
Appreciate you.
Is a lot of people, so like in the industry, I know some people, they're unfortunately like some puppets, like the strings are being pulled on them. You got to make this kind of music. You got to do this. And music's so influential. Like, I could listen to like a hardcore rap song or rock song and feel some type of way.
Right.
And I got to bring myself back down.
Right.
I could listen to a Lust song, feel some type of way. You're like, oh, hold up, wait a minute.
You feel me? Yeah.
Man. And like with the music, man, like what gets me, see, a lot of music now, it's not even creative. Like back in the day, you used to have to like kind of think about what they're saying. Lil Wayne Lollipop. like we get what he's saying, but you had to really think. Now they just say it, hey, boom, boom, boom. And I'm
Yeah.
like, damn. Like it's just
Yeah.
more simple, I would say, for a lot of musicians. Not everyone, Kendrick, Cole, some Drakes, but yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's a combination of things. I feel like people want stuff that's like easy to consume. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of like when you listen to Biggie, like Biggie's a great example. Like I feel like he made storytelling easily digestible, and I feel like that's kind of like an art form. You know, like Kendrick is another person like that. Like to be able to like be prolific and like make it sound good. Like Nipsey Hussle, bro's wearing the hoodie right now. Nipsey Hussle's a great example of like rest in peace. You know what I mean? He made prolific sound good. You know what I mean?
sure.
It wasn't like too much, because I feel like a lot of the times people don't want to be preached to, and people don't want to be. You got to kind of like put it a bit under the surface, so it's not so like obviously in your face, like pushing like morals and shit. You know what I mean? A lot of people will be like, I don't want to hear that shit. I want to listen to ass shaking, and you know I'm turning on Ice Spice. You know what I mean?
Ice
Like,
Spice, Sexy Red.
you feel me?
Oh yeah.
Hey, shout out to Ice Spice though, for real.
You think she look good? That's why.
What?
It's all good. Safe
She
space.
aight, she aight.
I feel
Oh,
you.
if she watching this, cut that last part out.
She might see it. She might see. But no, I feel you. That's real talk, man. I mean, you're a lyricist. You like lyrics, and I think that's huge. I am too. I think I kind of call it the slow mo. Like I like the slow mo where I go back to a song. And I'm like, oh, that's what he meant.
100%.
Bet. I
Yeah.
love that.
I mean, I definitely feel you on that. That's definitely like where my heart resides in music. But you know, I'm the type of person, bro. Like creation is so beautiful, and having an art form is so beautiful that I feel like I try not to be too like judgy, I guess would be the way to say it. You know what I mean?
For
I may
sure.
not like something, and I may not appreciate it the same way as other people, but I feel like if you create, you know what I mean, and you're successful too. Like that's my thing, is like I don't ever want to be hating on people who are doing what I want to do. You know what I mean? That just feels so counterintuitive. Like how am I learn from bro when I'm sitting over here talking about like what he's doing wrong? You know what I mean? When I should be focusing on like, okay, if I'm more talented than this artist and they're there and I'm not, what's the disconnect? What's the difference? And like honestly, for me, when I was young, you know what I mean, I was just making music and putting shit on SoundCloud. Like I wasn't expecting my shit to get 218,000. You know what I mean? I wasn't expecting to wake up one morning and just be like, holy shit. And then that's when like the business shit came into it. You know what I mean? And that's where like learning from these artists became important. You know what I mean? Because like we were talking about networking, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, bro, you can be him, but it's about how you present it to people and how you get it, you know, get it out there.
Absolutely. I asked somebody the other day, I said, I forgot what the topic was, but I said, when's the last time you asked someone that I guess is more advanced in life than you, when you asked them, how did you get there? And they really sat back and was like, dang, I really haven't. It's what's needed in this world.
Yeah.
You know, if they're a decent human being, they'll probably give you some gems.
Yeah.
And not be a gatekeeper. That's what I did, buddy. This.
Yeah. No, I've missed a lot of those opportunities too with a lot of these artists I've opened up for. I've definitely had an opportunity to be like, what would be your advice, and missed out on it a few times. But you know, that's not something like I'm like sitting here like regretting, you know what I mean? Because those moments went how they were supposed to go. But that's a very good point, because yeah, you should definitely take those opportunities. They might say one thing that changes your whole wavelength, and all of a sudden you got the formula. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that question goes for anybody. See, like, just go to them. You want to open a coffee shop. If the owner's working one day, how did you do it? More times than not, they're going to talk about their baby because they're so proud of it.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, this is my baby. Come on, let me tell you.
Yeah,
You
real
know,
shit.
Like, you change your life.
Yeah,
So,
no, and
yeah.
everybody needs a mentor, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, if you're trying to succeed in a field, you have to have somebody who knows what they're doing. Like,
That's
I
so
mean,
true.
I guess nowadays there is, you know, you can YouTube college your way into just about anything, but I don't know. I just feel like the experience is so different than someone telling you how to do it, rather than like, all right, bro, here's how I do it, and now here's how you can do it, you know?
Absolutely. Self-teaching is key, so you know.
Yeah.
I had to sit myself down. When we started Garage Talk, I was like, all right, bro, you got a lot to learn. And at first I was so intimidated. I really was. And then once I finally sat down and what you say, put in your 10 hours, 12 hours, it's like, all right, man, you got this. You got it.
Yeah, real shit.
Education's key. And it's not even just college, every education.
It's preparation. I'm a very big fan of preparation. That's
Are you?
actually when I do my next line of merch, that's gonna be like the theme of it is like preparation.
Okay.
Especially with 4QC, you know, I mean, we're definitely leaning into like a lot of the like sports shit because we're we're all sports fans. Like we'll sit there and talk shit about parlays and fucking whatever. Like
Yes.
yeah, preparation is one of my favorite terms for like just like you said, education. I mean, if you know what you're doing, you're gonna be more confident in it. And I think you used the word intimidated earlier. I feel like being intimidated is a good thing. I mean, I feel like fear keeps you alive, fear keeps you alert.
Word.
And I think when you're scared to do something, it's because it's something you either haven't done before or maybe nobody's done before. So
Absolutely.
I think fear is honestly like a very useful thing if you look at it like that.
Oh, okay. I like how you flipped that, man. Flipped it like a pancake.
feel
I
me?
love that, man.
Yes,
I
sir.
love it. I really do.
That snap was like, I don't think that could have been more synchronized.
Oh, man. Energy don't lie, baby.
This boy over here.
That's cool, man. It is true, dude. It's so
you feel
all
me?
that. It's true. I appreciate that. That's a good reminder you just said. So
100%, bro.
it's crazy. How you had something happen. I think our stories, whether for good or bad stories, helps us. You had something I saw. You did something on YouTube, but somebody beat you to the song, and it was like a big opportunity you could have took advantage of, but you just didn't know better about like owning the music.
Oh, yeah. So
What happened there, man?
Man, that's a fucking. So this is 18-year-old Caleb we're talking about.
Oh, damn.
And I feel like a lot of artists like their first like heartbreak song always like for me it sounded so fucking corny to me, bro. Like, and it was like engineered to perfection. The beat was hard, and I remember sitting there and I'm like, man, I'm just like being a crybaby, I'm like this is some bullshit.
Some 808 heartbreaks.
You know what I mean? And like I was so like it was a good song too, but I just remember being like, ain't nobody give a fuck about my feelings, bro. Like, whatever.
So you were sleeping on it a little bit.
Yeah, so I just
Damn.
said fuck it, you know what I mean, and threw it on SoundCloud.
Oh,
and I remember waking up the next day and it just literally it was like 150,000 or something stupid like that in like 24 hours, bro. And I remember sitting there like, well, okay, so what I did somehow in my 18-year-old brain, this was like marketing genius, and I didn't even realize it. But I used a picture of. It was like a picture of Bart Simpson with like X's hair, and he was like in a room, and like for whatever reason that cover art, like people it was like right after X's passing, I just like it just went stupid, you know what I mean? And I remember like that moment of waking up and being like, the last song I dropped had 60 plays and this one has 180,000. I'm sitting there staring at it like, what the, and I'm like, my Facebook is blowing up. Like people are like, bro, you hear this kid? And I'm like sitting there like, holy fuck, I did it. And then, no, I did not. Cause I didn't know how to like market it correctly. I didn't have the funding. And then when I went to go buy the beat and like, I just made all this bread, I'm gonna go monetize it. It was gone because someone found my shit and was like, and basically took the beat and made it into, they found a way to flip it. So
you found a beat you liked, you rapped over it, recorded it, but because you didn't own man.
I didn't have the marketing brain, you know what I mean?
For sure, 18.
Apparently I did enough for the cover art thing, you know what I mean? But like that, like I said, that was basically on accident, you know what I mean? I just was like, oh, Bart with X's hair, cool, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't thinking like, oh, this is genius. Like I'm just like, oh, this looks sick. So yeah, that was definitely a lesson of like, no matter what you think things are, it could always be something else. You know what I mean? Like I woke up with 180,000 in a day and I'm still not there. I remember getting my first record label call actually like 3 days later, but bro was on some bullshit. I didn't even go hold you.
Oh, man.
Bro said, hey man, we got a little 50K for it. Like 50. But then I'm gonna owe you back like 50K. That's not mine. What the, like, what? No, bro. Like I remember just like sitting there, and I'm like, I'm 18 at the time. I've never seen $50,000, but I'm still like 50. Like, what are we talking about, bro? I got more streams on the song than the dollar amount you're offering me. Like this shit don't make no sense. And yeah, I just honestly that probably would have been the 50,000. Thinking back on it, probably would have been everything I needed to market that song. But you know what? Lesson learned, bro.
Absolutely.
And, I guess me too, like I've always felt like I like I need to do it the hard way, I guess is the way to put it. Like I always feel like Because I don't want to. I was just talking about this the other day. Like I don't do people dirty. I don't do shit sideways. You know, I don't like to cut. Like you were saying, I don't like to cut corners. I just like to create and be myself and do what feels right. You know what I mean? And just so yeah, that was definitely a lesson learned of like I can literally watch a song blow up overnight and make $0 off of it.
Wow. How much that beat cost you think if you were like on top of it to buy it?
Well, you know, everybody's different with exclusive rights. I would probably say like maybe like 500 to 1,000, something like that. But you know, 18-year-old me don't.
No, for sure. Trust me.
I was working at McDonald's at the time and shit. You know what I mean? I didn't have money like that.
For sure.
So that's that. I'm so glad you asked that because I love to tell people that story, especially artists, bro. It's like you can have like we were talking about. You know what I mean? You can have the best song, but the presentation is everything.
Man. Absolutely, the package and any kind of message or art you're trying to deliver.
Real shit.
Making videos, doing this, you got to deliver with the package.
Real shit. And the funniest part is the girl that I made the song about. I remember I sent it to her, and she like left me on red, and then it blew up, and she was like, "That's a really good song." It was so funny. I still remember that reading that text because like I like sent it to her, and I'm like, you know, I'm like on my sad boy shit. I'm like, maybe she'll listen to it. And then she like left me on red. I'm like, fuck. And then the next day she's like, oh, that was a really good song. I'm like, bro.
The power of dopamine.
You feel me? Yeah, real shit, bro.
Dang, man. Appreciate you sharing that story, C. Yeah. I saw a receipt on that and I was like, ooh, I really want to know about this.
Yeah.
I like getting to know people. And yet again, we know people the best when shit hits the fan.
You feel me?
So thank you.
Yeah, bro. No, that was a really good, that was honestly a really good question. And you know, like I said, I love to put shit like that out there because I want people to be able to learn from my mistakes. You know what I mean? The same way that like we learn from watching other people do shit and be like, well, that guy's a fucking dumbass. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I mean? Right. I want to be the dumbass sometimes too. You know?
For sure. That's how I learned too. Just, I mean, and it's weird. Like, you know, part of you's like, no, I don't want to see someone take an L and lose something or learn something. However, but when I see it, it reminds me like, dude, you're not perfect. Like. You're just not. I think whose interview was I watching? Fat Joe.
Okay.
Fat Joe on Shay Shay. And he was like, man, I declined Eminem 7-8 times. I actually made a video about it, but yeah, he declined him like 7-8 times. Pretty sure it was shady. And he was like, look what he did. He didn't give up and look at him now. And I don't have him. I was like, dang, man. Wow. Hearing that stuff makes me like, someone like us coming up, it's like, good. Yeah. That's cool to hear. It's a good reminder, man.
Man, everybody has their time and their moment, bro. And like, I've had enough validating moments to know that I'm good at what I do. You know,
for sure.
Like, when we had the Cookies studio, we had Lil Veda in there, and you know, we're playing him beats, and I'm freestyling with him and shit. And bro's turned up. He's like, y'all are fucking raw. And I'm sitting there, and I had just heard him for the first time that day. And, you know what I mean? And he's got songs with like 100 million plays. And bro's in our studio talking about y'all are raw and dapping me up. And, hey, bro, you got to email me these beats and da-da-da-da. And that was like one of those first validating moments of like, we're doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing right now, bro. You know, like,
yes, you're cooked.
Like, this shit ain't happening for no reason. Like, bro is not in our studio smoking blunts with us, hanging out for no reason. Like, this shit's real. And then, yeah, it's just, you know, moments like that make you really like, solidify like how you feel about shit, you know.
100%, man.
Yeah.
How important is it to help people who can't help you? How important is that to
help people who can't help you?
Yeah, how important is it? Your fan base, your friends, whoever. Giving them energy, helping someone that just, you know, they can't give back to you. Is that ever important to you, man?
What a crazy ass question. I would say helping people does help me, like, because I'm the type of person, I'm very like self-analytical, you feel me? Like if I don't hold the door open for someone, I feel bad. You know what I mean? Type shit. So like the fact that I'm in a position where I can like watch people smile and like be excited about what I'm doing, you know what I mean? That's everything, bro. Like that's at the end of the day, bro, like I said, you know, I make music for me, but it's bigger than me now, you know? And yeah, I definitely think they're inadvertently helping me. You know, the first time someone ever asked me to sign something, bro, they didn't even realize that just made my whole year. You know what I mean? Someone walking up to me with a Sharpie and saying, "Can you sign this?" You know what I mean?
No better
The
feeling.
first time it was titties was crazy too. I was like,
Oh, for real?
It was
Oh,
like,
snap.
I was
Okay.
like, this show thing is really working
It's
out.
real.
I'm gonna keep performing. What the?
Anyone else need an autograph? I still
Yeah.
got the Sharpie.
I'm like, matter of fact, that's all I signed from here on out. So, you know, it's
Yes.
just moments like that, bro. It's like, and for me, I just, you know, I remember being 18 and, you know, life isn't promised, bro. So it's like just doing some shit that when you get to that point where you ain't gonna be here much longer and you're proud of what you've done, you know what I mean? That's everything to me. You know, I want to
sure.
look back and be like, I treated people well. You know, I spent time with my loved ones. I did what I believed in. I put a good message out into the world. Like, all that shit matters to me. You know what I mean? My
Man.
footprint and, like, the legacy, all that type of shit, you know?
Beautiful answer, man. Everyone thinks it's monetary every time, and it's not. It's me. I like to say trade. Buy someone a coffee.
You feel me?
You know, don't give them the money. Buy them the coffee. You have a piece of food, whatever it is. Just holding the door open. That's how you pour into people. Man.
Real shit.
It don't always gotta be, hey, take this money or whatever. Here and there, yeah, maybe, but yeah.
I don't be doing that as much anymore. Motherfuckers be so weird out here,
Man,
bro.
some people, yeah,
Some
people.
motherfuckers are so goofy, dog. Like, you gonna burn a whole bridge over $50, bro. Like,
$50.
we could have made 10 times that, but yo ass want to be, you know what I mean? It's shit like that just blows my mind. I'm like, y'all really goofy like that and sleeping at night.
See, I worked finance for 10 years, man. I've seen
I
it.
bet.
I was right in there. I'd
Man,
be
you
like,
probably got some motherfucking stories.
I'm a
bro.
vault, man. I'm a vault. I'm telling
That's
you, man.
crazy.
Money make people funny,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
And I saw every walk of life, so I feel you.
Yeah.
I used to trip on I'd be like, no, dang, these got some problems right here. This is crazy.
So
right?
you were like a financial advisor, basically, or?
Yeah, so I started out as a teller, worked
Okay.
my way up, and became a financial lead, and did that. It was crazy.
So you like help people buy houses and shit like that, or like?
Put them in positions. I never went to mortgages.
Right.
I wasn't feeling mortgages. So
Yeah.
I just got cozy for a minute there
Yeah.
and just did my part, rocked it, had a great time.
Yeah.
But you see a lot, man, when you work in a financial institute. Because money brings everybody.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah,
everybody come in. Black, white, Asian, Middle Eastern, whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Latino, they're all coming in. It's money.
Damn right.
And man, the stories you would hear. And I like to talk, obviously.
Yeah.
So I would have some conversations where I'm like, oh my gosh, life is crazy, babe.
Yeah, no, that shit's a trip. Yeah, working in any type of customer service is like that. Like, you know, working at Hop, I've definitely met some characters because working in the alcohol industry is, boy, oh boy, some of them motherfuckers are wild. Dog.
You said in the alcohol industry?
Yeah.
Oh,
so I've been there.
man.
Yeah, I've been at Hop Valley for more than 7 years now.
Oh, word. Okay. Shout out.
Those are my people, bro. I love that fucking company so much. Love all my people there. Shout out to all y'all. But yeah, no, I feel you on that for sure. Like interacting with people in a space where like you're providing them some sort of service is always a trip. You know what I mean? Because I feel like people treat you so differently when you're like in a position of like, I need something and you are the person who's going to be in charge of helping me get that. You know what I mean? It's such a different dynamic than just like two people who don't want anything from each other.
Absolutely. It's crazy. So you're holding down Hop Valley and doing your music career.
Yeah,
I gotta
I'm
shake
just
your
doing
hand
what I
on that.
love.
Respect,
You feel me,
man.
bro? I'm
Respect.
just doing what I love. It's sorry, I feel
Oh, no, I was
like
going to say a lot of people need to hear that because it's nothing wrong keeping the job and doing the music.
Yeah.
I mean, preach on that, man.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, bro, like I probably wouldn't have a job if I didn't have such a good job because they let me do what I need to do. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
And I don't think I could ever work somewhere that didn't give me that type of freedom. You know what I mean? Because I just, as respectfully as I can say it, I'm not like a very big fan of like institutionalized shit. You know what I mean? Like I really don't fuck with like corporate shit. You know?
Got it.
I respect it. You know what I mean? There's things you got to do to make money. You know what I mean? I understand you're running a business. Like I understand all that shit, but at the end of the day, bro, like life is way too short for me to be toiling my shit away. You know what I mean? When I could be chasing my dreams. Like, so it's just, I'm very grateful that I have a place that gives me that type of freedom. You know what I mean? That's another reason why I'm blessed. You know
That's
what I mean?
huge. They know what you love. They know what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
But you're going to show up for them too. When you show up, you do your part.
Yeah, I mean, I do marketing. You know what I mean? My job is to take videos and do paperwork and talk to people. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's dope, man.
Like, I used to have to do production, you know what I mean? And that was some hard work. I'm lifting boxes all day and fixing machines. That was different.
Yes.
But Yeah, now my job, bro, like I wake up and I'm like, what do I got to do today? I got to drive around and go deliver shit and then be on the computer for a couple hours and then talk to somebody and go home. Like, sounds terrible, you know? Like shit.
You got-
Sarcasm, obviously.
You got one of them jobs that leaves you the mental energy. You still got the energy when you're done, so you can go create towards your art. That's
Yeah.
good. It's good.
Yeah, no, that's
Because some jobs just drain you.
oh,
You be
100%,
done.
bro. Yeah.
Shoot.
So you said you were doing financial advisory. What do you do now, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, so I run this, man. I run this, and I'm starting to train people, man. So I love fitness.
That's right, because
man.
do you work out with Bari and shit, or I know he works out with like Harley and shit.
Yeah, me and Bari got one in. We need to
Okay,
cross
okay.
paths again, man. We
Yeah.
need to. So
You probably
we'll
be
see.
having him hurting. You'd be
He
like,
might have
you
been.
hitting the treadmill for.
We need to ask him, man. We need to ask him.
Nah, shout out to my dog Bari. That motherfucker is in some crazy good shape.
Oh no, he been putting work in. He
Yeah.
put work, but
Nah, for
yeah.
real.
So.
I'd hate for that motherfucker to be mad at me. I tell you what, bro. I seen when he's mad. That motherfucker.
He turned up on him.
Bro, Bari cracks me the fuck up because he's so like, he's so chill and laid back.
He
But
is.
as soon as something don't feel right to him, he gets a
Right.
look on his face that I'm like, oh,
Oh, it got the
someone's
look.
got it in for him. Like,
Sheesh.
I would hate to be that guy.
Man, for
You know
real,
what I mean?
for real. That's how it be, man. Them quiet ones, you gotta watch out. You got to, man.
Well, I don't know about quiet. He's quiet when he's mad for sure, but that motherfucker definitely a yapper. Shout out my dog. We be yapping. Yeah.
Man. But yeah, it's funny you talk on the job thing, man. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true. It just my passion got louder than just showing up to the job. And unfortunately, in a spot to buy myself some time and just focus on that. So
Right. Yeah.
called it good. But
That's
yeah,
a blessing too, bro. You know what I mean?
And shout out to everyone. I put my time in. See, I'll say that till I die. I put my time in.
Damn right.
12-hour days at the job and stuff. So I can say this. I know how taxing it is, and I know when you have something you have to pursue, you have to follow. There's a point in life where you gotta listen. It'll
Yeah.
fade away for a little, then it's gonna come back if you don't listen to it. Then that might be your last chance to really just listen and go for it. I'm not saying it's ever too late to do something, but
Yeah.
I'm saying for you instinctively, for me, I had to go. So when it was my time, man, it wasn't even 2-week energy, man. It was just I popped in and my boss there, she knew. She was like, hey, go handle your biz, man. She's like, love you, handle biz.
Damn
I was
right.
out, man. Just pieced it.
Yeah.
Just a random day of the week, too.
Just out of nowhere, just said, fuck
Man.
it, today we doing it.
Man, God works in mysterious ways, man.
right,
It's
bro.
crazy, man.
I got so much respect for that, bro, because that takes so much strength, you know what I mean, to be like, I'm
Definitely.
doing this and whether it's gonna work or not, you know what I mean, you don't even know. There's so much mystery and you're still like, I got a lot of respect for that, bro.
And I'm working in numbers, see? So I'm calculating. I'm
Right.
like, okay. Then finally, it's just like, I'm just F the numbers. I'm just going.
Yeah, send it.
So thanks, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
100%, bro. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Let's see. See, I wanted to ask you this, man.
Yeah.
When you said Loonies earlier, you performed out there. I was there that night.
Yeah.
Did you have a good time? Was it fun?
Bro, that venue is always tight, first and foremost, and I've actually opened for them twice now, and they're some crazy good performers, bro. Shout out to the Loonies for real.
For sure.
We had them in the studio too, so me and Bari got to show them one of our unreleased songs that's dropping this month.
Okay.
We ain't gonna talk about it though.
We
gonna
can't
keep it
say the
under wraps.
name yet.
Can't say the
Okay.
name. You know what I mean?
We
People gonna
post
know
a
about it
link
when it
on
pop
there
up.
when y'all post it. We put the link when y'all, just when you release
My
it.
guy. But yeah, that was a cool show for sure. Definitely like learning from people who have been doing it that long, you know what I mean, and have that type of longevity is always a trip, you know what I mean? And for me, I didn't get to like talk to them too much, you know what I mean? But just being around people who move like that is always crazy, you know what I mean? And kind of getting to see like what their world is like and what differentiates them, you know what I mean? And
For sure.
they're a group that has a song that has like 1 billion fucking plays, you know what I mean? I got 5 on it, you know what I mean? It's like everybody knows that shit, you know what I mean? So they're legends, bro. They're OGs,
And that song got revived with that movie. I'm a big movie head. So that movie, Us, you ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
That song got revived then. That was 2018
You're right. I
or
forgot about
something.
that.
They
Yeah.
used that for the trailer.
Yeah,
so
you're
I know
right.
that was, got hot again.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That was a good call.
I'm a big movie head, man.
Yeah.
So hearing that song, of course, make you go back and play it. You're like,
yeah.
shoot, man.
Bro, yeah, and they were so chill, like super good energy, you know what I mean? Super cool to be around. Laughing, joking, just like good
Definitely.
vibes. And that's most of the artists that I've met have been really cool. You know
That's
what I mean?
what's
Kirko was chill as fuck. That was like one of the first times that I got to really like hang out with like an artist like that. And that so the way that we got up there is funny as hell. It was like after he performed and he was upstairs in the VIP section at what's that place called? Sidebar, the one in Salem. Was it Sidebar, or what's that spot called in Salem?
Is it the side?
I think it's
side
Sidebar.
hustle.
Side hustle.
Side hustle was it? That's the upstairs, downstairs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So we're there, and like, bro goes upstairs, and he's gonna go up there and sign shit, and there's like a fat line to get up there, and you got to have a certain wristband to get up there. I think it was like you had to have like a purple one, and we had green ones. But we had already been up there, and I had already chopped it up with the security guard, so I was already tight with bro, right? And so we're getting up there, and I'm looking around trying to figure out how I'm gonna finesse this because I got the green wristband and I need a purple one. I'm like, there's got to be a way. So these these two drunk girls come running up the stairs, pushing people out of the way. I need to see Kirko. You guys gotta let me in, and push past us. And the security guard's like, hell no, I didn't let y'all in. Y'all are ratchet as hell. And he looks at me in Spaceman. He's like, what color bracelets y'all got? And I'm like, purple. He's like, go on in.
Hey.
So like, it was so funny.
Just capitalizing,
bro. And those girls were so rude. They're like, get out of my way and shit. And I'm like, y'all help me get up there. So it was so funny. I don't really laugh at people like that, but I ain't gonna lie, I definitely turned around and gave her a little chuckle because I was like, this shit funny as fuck.
Yeah, well, they being rude, so it's like, come on, man.
You know what I mean? And bro definitely like knew we didn't have purple wristbands and still let us up, which I was like, I like dapped him up. I was like, bro, thank you, because we got up there and he's like signing shirts and shit and doing pictures, and I'm like, hey bro, can we get a picture? And we had already talked to him for like a little bit earlier. He's like, oh, if you want to get a picture, you gotta sign the shirt. And his manager's like, nah, bro, these are the producers. And he's like, oh shit, yeah. He's like, yeah, I got y'all. Get a picture. Like, he's like, send me some beats, bro. Like, gave me his number and shit.
Oh, really? Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
networking.
Yeah, bro. And dude was cool as fuck. His manager was so chill. He was like, yeah, y'all are good, bro. Like, pull up to the show. That show was also at City Nights when Kirko came out there.
Oh, okay, bad. Couple months ago, right? Like October, was it?
Yeah, like
something like that.
Yeah, October, November. But yeah, and then when we pulled up, he like invited us in the section. Like he was like, y'all want to take a shot? Like he was super cool, bro. And like those types of moments are always cool because like you never know how like that type of person is gonna be, personality wise.
Sure. Sees hundreds of people, thousands of people, and it's like, man.
Yeah, people like at that point, people got to get old after a while, right? You got to be kind of like ornery, like everybody wants to hate on Kanye, but if motherfuckers were in my face all goddamn day, I'd probably be a little like, get away from me too. You know what I mean? So,
absolutely. Because you said you be an introvert, you like, yo, man, we got to back up.
Yeah,
I feel you.
Like I love people and I love all that shit, but I definitely have like a social meter. Let's call it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Yes. So there's just times where I got to go recharge type shit.
We all do, and that's important too. That's another topic. Just having balance. Yeah. Having balance really is what I think sometimes. It's just I see some people run themselves dry and just go crazy, crash out, whatever. Hell, that night when you was performing, that club got shot up. They was probably
Yeah.
Were you there still? I was gone.
No, I was long gone. Okay. So nobody that I know was there when it went down, luckily. But
at City Nights, I mean, I couldn't believe that here somebody start shooting up, man.
Yeah, it's
unfortunate. That's what it is.
It is unfortunate, and I feel like because we live in Eugene, you know what I mean, we don't see a whole lot of that shit out here, so it's definitely more of a shocker when it's like, oh shit, some shit got shot up. There's places where that's happening every day, bro. So it's like,
well, see, that's what makes people dangerous. The wannabes,
right?
Not the actual G's, but the ones that wanna be G's,
right?
And it's like here, like you said earlier, you know yourself, you know what you like to do, love to do, and who you are. When people don't got their identity figured out, stuff like that happens, man.
Yeah.
Sad, bro.
Well, I like to say I don't got much to prove, but I got a lot to show. So it's like, you got something to prove or you got something to show. There's definitely a difference between those two things.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't need to prove nothing to myself. I don't need to prove nothing to nobody else. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm not going to go out of my way to like do crazy shit. You know what I mean? I ain't got to prove myself to you. Like,
Yeah.
But unfortunately, not everybody feels that way.
Man, for real.
That's where we at.
How do you stay in a positive mood, positive mindset? What's your go-to things that's like, okay, I feel the day getting a little rough on me. How you get away from it? You light one up, call it good.
Well,
you got tactics.
I mean, that's I'm a smoker, bro. Like I be smoking for sure. But for me, I would say definitely like ball, music.
Basketball?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Just going to my mom's crib too, you know what I mean, and being around my family. Like, I love nature. I need to spend more time in nature. You know what I mean? I grew up in a house that had 20 acres, and I was always outside. Like, my mom used to call me Baby Steve Irwin because I would literally be catching the craziest shit. I'd pull up on her with like a venomous snake and be like, "Look, mom," and she's like, "What the like?" She's like, "How the hell did you catch that?" I'm like, "I don't know, I just found it." You know,
Just
it's like,
natural,
just a big ass like corn snake or some shit. She's like, "Dude, that thing's that's bigger than you," and I'm just like chilling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just
That's
didn't-
G right
yeah.
there.
So I need to get back and touch some grass and shit because that's definitely how I grew up. You know.
For sure,
Calming.
for sure. I like that. Yeah, I can relate to you. Just going to see family sometimes. There's times I'll be so stubborn. I'm like, man, just go to my parents' house. They live 10 minutes away. I
Yeah.
get there and I'm like, all my problems are solved.
100%.
Ain't that funny how that
that's
works
beautiful.
sometimes? Just get out and
It's another blessing, bro. Like
Yeah.
the fact that you can go somewhere and feel at peace and feel at home. You know what I mean? Not everybody gets that luxury.
yeah, for real. Energy don't lie, man.
Real shit.
It don't. How you deal with naysayers? You ever have people speaking on your name? Do you just tune them out? You just
I actually think that is my favorite part of being an artist.
is it? How come?
So I cannot express enough how many times I have read something that someone said about me and just started laughing so fucking hard because it's like you gotta laugh. You know, as an artist, like when you're putting yourself out there, you gotta laugh at yourself. You know what I mean?
For sure,
So sometimes
for sure.
I'll even be like, "Bro, had a point." Like I remember I made. I have this song called "Fall Down" that I did a bunch of content for. And there's one part of the song where I'm talking about finna have my son balling too, like Deion, you know, like Deion Sanders and his son balling.
Yep,
And in the
yep.
video, I did this because I was just talking about balling, and he's like, "Bro thinks Deion Sanders plays basketball," and I'm like, "No, but that was a good call. I probably should have done this." You know what I mean? There's moments like that where it's like even when people clown me, I'm still learning from it. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And like, man, I've been, you know, like I remember doing this shit in high school and people being like, "You suck," and you're like, I've been through the ringer, bro. I got thick skin. You know what I mean? It takes a lot to get to me, like, and at the end of the day, all that shit is motivation for real. Like, you know, it's all a reflection of how people feel about themselves. So I'm not gonna get caught up in how people feel about me because that's literally just, you know, that's just their inside coming out. You know what I mean?
Absolute. Yeah, people will. A lot of people they upset because they're not doing it themselves.
You feel me?
And I'm not even saying actually succeeding, even trying.
Yeah.
That's what's
100%.
huge,
Like there's
man.
people who are gonna watch this whole video and the whole time they're like, "I fucking hate this guy," and they're just gonna watch all 55 minutes of this video just hating me the whole time.
Man.
So,
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
It
I'm sure y'all
happens.
got haters too. You know what I mean?
Man, yeah.
There's someone out there who's watching your podcast and is like, "This shit sucks." You know what I mean? That's just how the world is. Like,
That's just how it is.
you ain't popping if you don't got haters.
For real.
J.K. Rowling got turned down fucking 100 times before Harry Potter came out, and now it's one of the best-selling books of all time. So,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? Shit like that.
Just didn't give up.
Real shit.
It's true. It's true. And just like what they say on Joe Rogan, you think Michael Jordan reads the comments? No, it is what it is.
If he does, he laughs.
Yeah. And if
know what I mean?
if I read something, I'll even pin it sometimes. If somebody says something, I'll pin it just to be like, all right, there you go, buddy. Is this
Yeah.
what you wanted?
Yeah.
Like, there you go, man. Good for you.
Gold star.
Exactly, man. It's so important when you're creating something, have that tunnel vision. Because if you keep looking left and right, up and down, it's gonna waver you. And it's like, damn.
I actually got you just reminded me of a good one.
What's up? What's up?
So that
Talk to
same
me.
post that I was just talking about, you know, I run a lot of ads on my shit, just getting more followers, get more streams. You know, I figured out enough ways to run up my plays just off of like Facebook ads and Instagram ads, and I can track the conversions and shit and be like, oh, 5,000 people listen to my song from that ad. So like, I do a lot of that shit. And this one time I forgot to. I forgot to set the age and I forgot to set the location. So I had people in like backcountry Kentucky, like, "This is hot garbage. What the fuck?" You know what I mean? I'm like, you are not my target audience, bro. Like, I am not running my ads right. If dude from Kentucky is talking about this is trash, my ads are not working. And I just remember laughing so hard reading those comments because there was like 50 comments of just like, bro with like a fucking, you know, like a what's the flag that nobody should ever have?
Oh,
ever?
Confederate?
Confederate flag. Like, it's bro with like a Confederate flag and like a dead alligator in his profile picture, and he's like, man, this is garbage. I'm like, that shit just.
Oh, you was hitting a whole new audience, man. You was breaking through, man. You breaking
The
barriers.
algorithm, Instagram's like, oh, this dude makes rap music. Let's show his music to, you know what I mean? It was just like, that shit was so damn funny. And I remember like seeing how much money I spent on it. I was like, bro, I just spent $50 to send my ad to all these weirdos. Like,
Man, but hey,
lesson learned. Bro.
hey, you might have got a fan or two. Who knows? Maybe.
Actually, you're probably right. I think I did have like one like older woman who was like, "Wow, this is a very good song."
There you go.
I don't know
man.
why I pulled the voice out, but
All good.
it just felt right.
Man.
Frenemies equal money too.
You said what?
Frenemies equals money too.
You're right. You're 100% right.
Yeah, some
Damn right.
engagement, is
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
is. That's cool though. When as your work keeps ascending, you're gonna get those people that you're like, oh shoot.
Dude,
I
I
didn't
love
think you
it,
would
bro.
listen to it. That's always dope too.
Yeah.
It's always dope, man.
No, it is. Yeah, that honestly, that's one thing that like this past year was definitely crazy. Was like, I don't know. I've never been huge on recognition. Like I always appreciate when people like recognize and shit, but I definitely had a couple moments where I was like, damn, like, bro from high school who I haven't seen in 7 years is like, keep up the music shit. You know what I mean? Like people are
Word.
watching, you don't even realize like. And that's one thing I think is important to keep in mind too, is like when you're feeling like alone and shit, it's like there are people rooting for you that you're just not seeing right now. You know what I mean? Or like
Absolutely.
shit like that.
Do you ever have moments, and not even to be too dark on it, but I know people go through this, like where you just didn't feel like you like deserved it, like some imposter syndrome on it, like me, I'm getting this.
I definitely think I have moments where I'm like, I'm not that guy, but I think for me, I remember feeling like I didn't really have a lot to be confident in. You know what I mean? Like I remember that version of myself of like not really having accolades and not really like feeling great about myself, and this version now, and it's like it's very different. You know what I mean? It's the mindset has definitely shifted a lot from that kid to this kid.
You deserve it,
this
man.
guy,
You got that lock. I can see in your eyes. You just got that eye of the
I
tiger.
appreciate you.
You know.
I don't know, bro. I just really like this. Like I said, bro, the stakes are high. You know what I mean? And it's not just for me. You know what I mean? I want to be able to create something that's bigger than me. And I know I already have, but like, I'm not easily satisfied. You know what I mean? Like
For sure.
Like earlier, I was talking about my first song hitting 100,000. As soon as I seen that, I was like, well, next is 1 million. You know what I mean? It's not, I hit 100,000. I'm gonna go pop a bottle of champagne. It's what's the next accolade? What's the next step? What's the next? Who's the next person that I'm gonna touch with my music? You know what I mean? Shit like that. Like,
Definitely.
I just I'm very self analytical. You know what I mean? Like I'm good at being proud of myself, but I'm also good at like, I gotta go harder. You know what I mean? I don't care if I spent 8 hours on the shit today. I could have spent 10. You know what I mean? So, and I think most of the people that I know that are successful have some sort of mindset relative to that. You know, like most of the hustlers that we know in the world have that same, like, I gotta wake up at 6 a.m. I gotta work out. I gotta go do this. You know what I mean? That hustler mindset. It's like,
Definitely.
yeah.
I think in today's world too, compared to kind of, I'm gonna have to be that guy and say back in the day, a lot of people want to look successful without actually being successful. You know, and it's like we all fell victim to it. I don't care who you is. I fell victim. I thought because we posted our first podcast episode last year, oh yeah, we did it. Just because I did something a lot of people don't do, I thought I did it. But then I got checked and I was like, yo, like there's levels to this. You got to put 8, 12 hours again in there. And then guess what? You got to do it again tomorrow if you really want to. Because there's a lot at stake. There's a lot.
Yeah. And that's what separates us, bro. That's, you know, that's really the difference between, because I guess for me, like, I don't think I really have a moment where I'm going to be like, I did it, you know?
Oh, okay.
I might, you know, like I'll, it's hard to say, but I guess for me, I don't have like a clear, like I don't have an image of my mind of what that looks like. You know what I mean? Obviously, like paying off my mom's house, shit like that, like for sure, you know, but I don't have an image of like in that moment, I'll feel like I did it.
For
you know?
sure. Because it's almost like you might this is where I'm gonna jump in with you. You almost feel like you'll let somebody down because if you feel like you just achieved it and did it, does the art get less now because you're not caring as much, you're not as focused as much? That's
Yeah.
what goes through my head.
Yeah.
Like if I think I did it, it's like, okay. I
Yeah.
mean, you hear Kobe all the time or MJ, like, yo, no, I'm going again. Like I'm going back.
Yeah.
I won the championship. I celebrated real quick, which we should do. So when you hit 100K, you definitely should, or 200K. But after that, I'm right back to it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm locked in mentality.
Damn right.
So I feel you on that, man.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Everybody's got their time too is an important one because like, you know, I'm 25 now. So
Okay.
most people by the time they turn 20, well, like, you know, a lot of the, like, it's easy to look at a kid who's 17 and is already popping and be like, oh, well, I'm 25. But it's like, everybody has their time. Jelly Roll just won Best New Artist at 39 years old. You know what I mean? So
Wow.
I'm not about to put myself in a box and be like, it's a young man. Because, you know, everybody talk about rap like, oh, it's a young man sport. And it's like, yeah, that's why motherfuckers like Lil Xan are getting in terrible record deals. And now they fall off the face of the earth because they're not ready for it. So it's like, for me, we were talking earlier about my song that I didn't get to capitalize on. I'm almost grateful because I probably would have, you know, I probably would have not had the experience and the mindset to like really do it right. You know, if I signed that record label deal, I would have just been another kid who was a slave to the system. You know what I mean? So
Damn.
I definitely think that now I'm in a spot where I'm like, I have an idea of what my formula is. I have an idea of like when I have the means to do so, exactly what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? And I don't think I had that at that moment.
For sure. So you feel like if you had the success early on, you would have been just a whole different person.
Yeah.
Some people even say they would have wound up dead.
I mean, yeah, it's been a long time since I was really like doing drugs and shit. But when I was a kid, I was definitely into some white shit. You know what I mean? So
You most dead.
having a lot of money probably would not have been very conducive to me not doing white shit. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's real talk. Just a lot of people see the success, but it's so detrimental. Early success, you know, with these companies milking kids, it's crazy, man. So no, you good. You right on track, man. And that's why they're gonna be scared of you too, is because you come from the real world coming in. Because that early success, you're not molded. You're not. I believe in time. I really do. And you need to be molded, man.
Yeah.
25 now, cool. You good.
You know what I mean, and everybody has their path. You know what I mean? There's plenty of people who did blow up. Fucking Lil Wayne blew up when he was like 8.
Right.
So
right.
it's like, you know, everybody's situation's different. Some people can handle shit differently, but
that was different because they didn't have social media then. I used to not respect social media, but there's this saying, I forget how it goes, but it's like respect your enemy so you know how to defeat them. And
well put.
thank you. Social media, I didn't at first, but now I'm starting to look and I'm like, damn, stuff is really. And then this is a testament to Wayne. I think, Wayne, he had his times. Don't get me wrong. He's been turned up. But it was just a different life back then. Back then, it was, you didn't have all this stuff and such access to where we are now. Stuff will grab you if you're not careful, man. It'll grab you.
Yeah, no, there's distractions are like the most prominent thing in the world nowadays. You know what I mean? Everything's a distraction. It's like, you brought up a really good point too, because it's like, there was a time where there were no distractions. You know what I mean? It was like, you got to go live and you got to survive and do what you need to exist. And now it's like, we can just kind of like chill at the crib and fucking smoke weed and play video games if we want to. You know what I mean? It's back then you had to do shit. You know what I mean? You can just be sitting on, like, I don't know. I feel you. It's definitely different. There's so much like information and so much going on all the time. You know, there's
absolutely
instant gratification type shit.
And see what they call it when you keep scrolling you
Doom
just
scrolling.
Doom scrolling. It don't end. You scroll, it don't end. It used to end. Now it don't end.
No, you're right. Instagram used to be like you would you know you'd go through 10 pictures and then there was no more pictures. Now it's just endless.
And now it's just going.
Yeah, there's an ad every 2 swipes. And you're fucking someone's trying to sell you something like.
Bro, how do you manage that? How do you manage being on social media, but real life too? I have to ask you because I feel you got a decent grip on it.
I guess for me, it's more just about, and you know, he makes a lot of my content for me too. So I think for me, it's about like, so when I'm writing, you know what I mean? That's not a physical expression form. You know what I mean? That's more of like music and those types of things it's more of a, it's not something you can touch. You know, it's not like a fabricated,
Absolutely.
Non-tangible.
non-tangible. Thank you.
Thank you,
It's
Joe.
non-tangible. Whereas, damn, I'm high. I lost my train of thought. Non-tangible just sent me down a fucking tangent. What the hell? My bad. My bad.
Dang, you got that.
No, you're good, bro.
Shout-
I was
shout-
like, damn, that's a big ass word.
Shout
Hold on,
out
what was I talking
cookies.
about?
Shout out cookies.
Yeah.
They got you. Nah, we was talking about how you balance real life and social media.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess for me, I don't have a lot of like I wouldn't even know how to go about trying to put on a persona or something. You know what I mean? I would get way too caught up in that shit and just be like. So I guess for me, it's really easy for me to balance it because it's like I'm just doing shit that I already would have been doing, basically. You know what I mean? And like, I also know how much power social media has because I've been on social media long enough and seen enough of my things like do well that I know like what it can do for me. So I'm also, I feel you like 100% on like I didn't really trust or care about social media at first, but once I realized that I can be in a room with 5 people and make 5 fans, or I can hop on social media and automatically be in front of 1,000, 10,000. You know what I mean? It's just like
Definitely.
when you're trying to run a business or you're trying to do something where you need fans, you need clients, you need whatever, social media nowadays is just like the only way to really make it happen like that. Well, maybe not, but I'd say it's the most prominent way, you know.
Got you. Yeah. It's tough because those 5 fans in person though will probably be more loyal than most of the social media ones.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And that's where what we were talking about earlier, networking, you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, shaking hands.
you can be anyone on the internet, but who are you when you're face to face with
When
somebody?
we right here,
You know what I mean?
love it.
Yeah.
And that's why I love this. Sitting here talking with you, man. You
100%, bro. We vibing.
You that dude, man. You
Appreciate
really
you,
are.
brother.
You that dude.
That's
World,
love.
he's that dude. World, he's that dude. Period.
You heard it here first.
He's chilling.
Shout
you
out
know?
to Ice Spice and Geico. Who else did I call out? Am I missing some? Shout out to Untangible Wealth. There you go. Intangible, untangible. I don't know. One or the other.
Hey, how do you stop writer's block? I think that's a good question for anybody that's just going through a funk. How you prevent it, or how do you get out of writer's block? Because I had a day where I was like, I'm done. I just set my stuff down and left.
I think there's multiple answers to that question because for me, if I'm like I need to write right now and I can't, I'm either gonna take my brain away from it and then refocus, do what I got to do, and come back to it, or yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it's really just about inspiration for me. Like,
Or what inspires you, or who inspires you?
you know, it can be anything. I feel like for me with music, I try to, as best as I can, really put my heart on my sleeve. You know, and a lot of my inspiration is from exactly what's happening in that moment in my life. You know, like
Got it.
like I make a lot of heartbreak music because I be getting my heart broken because motherfuckers be out here doing, you know, girls be out here doing me dirty. I don't know who I was pointing to, but
She knows.
but yeah, you know, it's like shit like that, bro. Like I
Yes.
make music based on my world, you know what I mean? And because that's the only way that I'm gonna make something that is gonna be true and that I'm gonna sit back and bob my head to and feel, and then other people are gonna feel. It's like the real shit, you know what I mean? Reaching into my heart and soul and putting shit out there, like. So inspiration really is just pretty random, I would say, for me, for sure. For whatever reason, when I'm like faded, all of a sudden I'm just,
Hey.
I don't know. It's weird, bro. Like I have like different brains with music. Like when I'm drinking, all of a sudden I'm like, I'm gonna make some sad boy shit. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
When I'm, you know, it's really just like where my brain is in that day, and like,
Is it light liquor or dark liquor?
ooh, tequila all day.
Tequila all day, really?
I
See,
I can't drink whiskey. I'm an asshole on whiskey.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah, which is like so uncharacteristic for me. So it's like I'm gonna just avoid that. No Jack Daniels this way, please.
For sure.
But
for
Barry
sure.
might get me to drink some Douce or some Henny every now and then just because it's big bands. You feel
Most
me?
def,
Shout out my
most
boy
def.
Mob. We already know a whole lot of fours.
Yeah, he said no dark. Man.
Well, every now and then.
just nowadays. yeah.
Like most of my homies drink Henny, so I'll end up drinking Henny from time to time. But
most def.
it's not like my choice. Like if I was gonna go buy something, I'm gonna buy like Patron or Don Julio or you know some shit like that.
So for the writer block, inspiration,
Tequila.
tequila, nothing dark,
Nothing dark.
because them raps are gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
Dark. C said dark liquor and heartbreak don't mix.
Oh yeah, no, that's no bueno.
That's a
I'm
no
I'm
bueno.
end up punching a window or some shit.
I feel you, man.
But yeah, no, it's I think inspiration is really just like what you make it, because I think like sometimes I just need to go work out and clear my head, you know what I mean, and all of a sudden it makes sense, or like maybe I'm hungry, I need or I need to go hit the joint, it's like it's just about mindset for me with music. Like my mindset is where is going to lead the creation,
Definitely.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it does. And the step away is key. See, the
Right.
step away. I'm talking to you because I'm still working on it. I had to step away yesterday.
Right.
I was working on a project. I said, Des, you need to just step away. It took every ounce of my energy to do it, but I did. And when I came back 2 hours later, it helped.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's 2 weeks later, but usually, master the step away, you be good. And I don't even think you master it. You just got to remind yourself, step away. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, it's easy, and it's easy to forget that. It's easy to like get lost in shit. But also for me, with how when it comes to like releasing and shit, like I try to be like months, if not a year ahead. You know what I mean? I'm trying to like when I drop my album, I'm already thinking about the next one. You know what I mean? So like
For sure.
we talk about preparation. Like I think that also helps a lot, just to stay inspired, because like you're giving yourself enough time to where you're not like stressing over it, because I think that's
Yes.
something that can definitely like fuck up your process. Is like, man, I haven't dropped a song in 3 months, and I don't got a cover art, and I don't got video. Like,
Oh, man. Does that drive you crazy, man?
I can't do it, bro. That's not like, I do get caught slipping from time to time. You know what I mean? Like we all make mistakes, but preparation just makes everything so much like more smooth and fluid. You know what I mean? If I've practiced the set 10 times, when I get up there, it's just second nature. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking about it as much. I'm not trying to remember my words and think about at what part I'm going to do a backflip. No, I'm just playing.
Definitely. It is. That's one of ours. I thought, my board inside. Yeah, preparation. Because last year we was just too last minute on certain things. So like Christmas this year, I was like, look, bro, we going to get decorated in November.
Damn right.
And see, we shouldn't even have the tree right now, but we'll get it down this week. But it's just like things like that. Just be ready.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day in a month. Come on, let's be ready. Let's
Real
get
shit.
it ready. Things like that. So
Yeah.
I feel you, man.
Well, like any company I've ever worked out, they're planning 2025 when it's the end of 2023.
Man.
So, and that's like why another reason why I love my job too, is because working in the marketing world, I get to learn a lot about marketing in another space. And I think it translates.
Definitely.
Especially just what works, like what makes a company successful. Why is it that y'all are making millions of dollars? Like, what's the separation between y'all and the people who just closed down? You know what I mean? Shit like that.
It's huge, man. It's huge.
Real shit.
Speaking of being prepped, so you was in Arizona last month.
Mm-hmm.
You had a show out there. How was that? How'd the show go? I didn't really hear much from you or B about it. How'd y'all do out there?
Honestly, bro, we crushed it. That was I've done the Arizona HipHop Festival how many times? Like I want to say 7 or 8 times now, because they do it twice a year, and I've been doing it since 2019. And the only time I missed one was when I literally had a collapsed lung and couldn't get on a plane. So other than that, I've been to every single Arizona Hip Hop Festival since I learned that they existed.
Dope.
And it was definitely cool, because every year there's new vendors, there's new artists. The building gets a little better. Like they refurbished like the entire upstairs area and like moved where the stage was and put in like VIP tables and shit. So like it's always great out there. And shout out to Justice, my fucking dog. Respect the Underground, RTU. You know what I mean? Those are my fucking people. They put on the Arizona Hip Hop Festival, and they treat us so well, bro. When we pull up, it's smiles and daps and you good, you need a shot, like you want to fucking, they got everything there.
Open arms for sure.
And it's just having so many people in the same building, like because of music, is always such a trip too. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Oh man,
we're all just there for the love of music, and everybody's smoking and vibing, and it gets rowdy from time to time, as shows do. But
Right.
the Hip Hop Festival is very well run, very professional, and anytime I get to perform in a new state is always cool. Like I've been in AZ enough times now that it feels like home.
Okay.
So it doesn't feel like unfamiliar or anything. But just performing in front of different people in a different like place, And they were supposed to give me a little Nissan, and I got there, and they're like, "Oh, we're all out of Nissans." And I'm like, "Oh, fuck," like, what? You gonna give me like I was expecting them to give me like a Prius or some bullshit. And bro points to a brand new fucking F-150 that was like a 2024 F-150.
Oh,
I'm like,
you good? Cool. Yeah, don't be
know what I mean?
sorry.
They're
That's
like
cool.
same price too. He's like, yeah, you ain't even gotta pay more for it. So I was big whipping that motherfucker.
Bye.
I had to learn how to break that shit though, because I don't know if y'all ever drove a big ass truck where you be having to stop way earlier. Because I drive a little Hyundai Accent, bro.
Oh,
I hit the
okay,
brakes
okay.
and my car goes.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
thing
yeah.
is like you're hitting the brakes here and you're stopping there.
Yeah, you
know
need
what I
about
mean? It's-
3-second cushion,
yeah,
4-second
bro,
cushion,
so
man.
I was learning that shit for sure. but
Man,
I
you was like big boy in Atlanta
Dog,
pushing the.
Yo, I was a menace in that motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie to you.
He said, "I'm sitting up
I ain't
high.
gonna
I'm
lie to you,
chilling."
bro. That thing was so nice, bro.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, kind of going back, getting out of Oregon, performing new places, got to
Yeah.
be rejuvenating. It's just see new faces, shake new hands. It's the best thing.
Yeah, no,
It really is.
yeah, bro. I love Arizona. That's definitely my second home.
Yeah.
I performed there, yeah, probably second most to like Oregon, because I've
sure.
performed in Arizona, Montana, trying to think, California. I think that's it. I think those are the only states that I've performed in.
Okay.
That I can think of off the top of my head.
You gonna try to hit
Unless
some
I'm
more
something.
states? Is that on the
Yeah.
map? Try to hit some more.
Colorado is definitely on my list for sure. I love it out there.
Colorado's nice.
Bro, when I was a kid, like 2 or 3, I lived out there for like a couple years, and obviously I was too young to remember, but I went back recently and fucking
Loved
the vibes
it.
out there is so beautiful, bro.
What part were you in?
When I was a kid,
Or just when you
out
went
there?
recently?
I was in Boulder, and then I spent a little bit of time in Denver, but I want to explore Denver more because Denver that place is crazy. That is one of the most progressive places. Very similar to Eugene, but bigger for sure.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I was there in the Springs. The Springs was cool. And,
Okay.
Yeah, got
Yeah,
out
yeah.
there a little bit and chill.
Yeah, the PNW is crazy, bro. Like East Coast is like definitely like where that's where my roots are, but the West Coast is my home now for sure. Like
Definitely.
it's the vibes out here are just crazy.
It is. It is. It's home for sure.
Yeah, real shit.
Well, man, we got through it. Any last things? Any shout outs? Anything you want to tell
you
us?
done with me already?
Man.
I don't know. I got the shout outs, right? Geico's gonna send me more money.
Yeah, Ice Spice got
Ice Spice
you.
owes me a feature.
we gonna tag her in some clips for you.
Shout out, bro, who gave me the F-150 at the car rental shop. You were the homie for sure. You should have given me the goddamn Camaro though. I should have begged you for it.
New album, new song coming out soon.
So I dropped 4 singles in 4 months. I dropped
Congrats.
Fall Down, Goofy, Signs, and then I just dropped Empty Space with Vince B and Who Is Drums, which is my most recent single. There's also a music video for it on my YouTube. You can look me up, CMadd. Empty Space is a really dope song too. It's basically just about like fitting in, you know what I mean? Like everybody has their empty space.
Yes.
Shout out to Vince B, bro, one of the most incredible professional. Bro's a Grammy award-winning artist and is just like one of the most humble dudes ever. Like tapped in with me. He was like, "Yo, you're hard." And I get DMs all the time, so I always be like going to check their profile, expecting to see some bullshit. And bro's like literally a Grammy award-winning artist, and he's like,
And
"Yeah,
you
I
worked
wanna
with
work."
him?
Yeah,
Shout out. Congrats, man.
yeah. Shout out my boy Vince. He's from the Bay.
And that song released, what song was that you guys did?
Empty Space.
Empty Space on that
Empty
one. Okay.
Space. It's
I'm gonna
out
listen
now,
to
all
that.
platforms, and the music videos on my YouTube. And shout out my boy Drums who produced the song. That's my fucking brother. Me and him have dropped three songs now. He lives out in Ghana, Africa.
Oh,
And-
what?
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
So he that motherfucker is really an inspiration because he's living in a whole ass third world country and still finding enough time and resources to put out music and grind, bro. Like I've never called him and he wasn't in the studio. I think one time he was like, "Yeah, I'm out with family." Every other time I call him, he is in his studio and he's locked in making a fucking heater. And,
That's what it takes,
what I mean?
man. That's what
It's-
it takes, dude.
bro. And it's so inspiring, bro. Because it's like I think it's easy to take for granted living somewhere that's nicer, So for him to be grinding as hard as he is out there is crazy. Other than that, I got some new shit for y'all this month. And one of my personal favorite artists who I work very closely with is on the song, and I'm really excited because it's been a long time coming. So
I'm excited,
we
man.
got good shit on the
I'm
way.
excited. And you got a website too, right?
DirtSquadMusic.com is where you can find all of our upcoming shows, pictures, videos, all that type of shit. And then if y'all want to work with me, y'all can go to DirtSquadProductions.com.
There it is.
DirtSquadProductions.beatstars.com.
Hey, I appreciate you coming
Yeah,
in.
brother.
Not
Thank you
just
for
as an
having me, man.
artist, but as a human, man.
Hey, love,
appreciate you, bro.
100%.
All love.
That was a vibe.
Hey, always is, man. It's a safe space in here. That's how we do, man.
100.
And world, that's what it is right here. This the garage where we ain't working on the engines, but the heart. So you know what we do. So thank you for tuning in. Our first episode of 2025 recorded. So definitely tune in to us. We had CMadd, Caleb right here. Had a great episode. I think we're gonna have to have you back on soon too, man. We're gonna. This not a one. It's not a one and done. I don't think it's a one and done, y'all.
I'm out of stories, bro. So
It's all good. We'll have some
I'm
fun
just playing. I'm
topics for
playing.
you. We come ready.
last but not least, stay hydrated. And I signed titties. So
Oh yeah, he said he does.
You know,
That's man.
just had to double down on that.
all sizes,
case
right?
Ice
yeah.
Spice maybe
It
is
doesn't
watching
matter
this, you know.
who, right? You sign them, huh?
Yeah, I
It's
don't
all
discriminate.
good. For sure.
don't
Good
discriminate.
man. Well, with
Where'd
that,
that come from?
this boy said,
Matters. Remember that guy that person that twerked on Dom at the hip hop show?
He didn't ask me to sign his titties though. So what does that have to do with it?
It could have happened.
So with that being said, y'all, hug your loved ones, love yourself, stay blessed up. It's a fresh year, so go ahead and take advantage of that fresh start. This Garage Talks. Bless up, y'all. We out.
Dirt Squad Productions, 4QC, all that. Let's go.
Hey, great job,
Yeah, bro.
man.
Thank you for having me, man. That was a vibe.
Yeah,
Real
thank you, man.
That was cool. I
Lot
appreciate
of
all y'all.
quality.
I appreciate y'all.
Back to the whole list.
I'm excited to see it. I think that shit's gonna be smooth as fuck.
You felt good?
Yeah.
Hey, okay, Cam.
Just drop the heater.
Okay, Cam. Kev had that in his pocket. Check 1 2 1 2.
Should probably make sure I'm.
Yeah. Check out real quick. You our first one, so you know we got check.
Yo. Hey. Is it too close to my face? Too far away?
Yeah, you good. I know you got mic etiquette, so you good.
Oh yeah, no, you right. I don't know why I'm tripping.
Yeah,
I do this shit.
We love it when, musicians are everywhere because they know exactly.
How to project this shit. Yeah. Gotta say it with your chest.
These is way better. Our old mics, they would have to be up on you.
Right.
These ones, you could probably get about right here.
Yeah.
And you'd be all right.
Nah, these are clean as hell too.
Yeah, these are a blessing.
Fuck
This one of those, I just said I need to get these.
100. Oh, the shores too?
Yeah.
That's funny. I used to record on the shore.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that's good shit. I got the Newman though. That bitch came shipped in from Germany, bro, in like the prettiest little box too. I was like, woo! That's $1,400 well spent.
Ooh,
Oh my
I was about
god.
to say, you spent some money on that.
On a good microphone though, to get them real crispy vocals, like
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah. When you're doing what you love, you gotta invest in yourself.
Real shit. Yeah, I know. 1,400 probably ain't nothing compared to what this whole setup put together is. You know.
Can't wait to see my tax thing. Hey, friend, I got some stuff for you.
Hey, your write-off's gonna be fire though. It's gonna be like microphone, screen, fucking basketball hoop, phone panels, all that shit. The whole Amazon cart.
Amen.
All right, so before we get started, refrain from putting anything on this table.
I ain't got nothing.
No, I'm just
You got-
it's alright.
if you do have a drink with you, go ahead and be free to put it on the circular table behind
Oh,
you,
yeah.
to your left. You can grab that water.
Joe, everything else looking good, sounding good?
Everything's looking good and sounding good.
Thank you.
Counting out duty hit.
Okay.
5
Man, brother.
Sir.
That was beautiful.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
brother. Absolutely.
it. Just want to have everyone in their energy, that's all.
Damn right. Nah, that's the vibes right there, man. You got the iPad too? You got every damn little gadget. I swear to God.
Feel like Batman.
Yeah, you're gonna press a button and some shit gonna pop out the wall.
Ah, shoot. Yeah, right. I'm joking. He
Said
looked
right
he said,
over there.
Damn.
Yeah, y'all can't see it, but he got the mobile right over there.
Man, see, let me tell you, I operate by faith, not sight, because I can't see. So I need the big old screen right here. I cannot
Valid.
see.
Operate
Man.
by faith, not sight.
Yeah.
This man just, you out here dropping gems. man. That's crazy.
I can't see, man. I be looking. I'm like, damn. My cousin be like, stop squinting. I'm like, fuck, man.
Even with the glasses?
What's
you need,
up?
You need a new prescription or something?
Nah, my glass is cool. I take them off, though I'm hurt.
Oh, straight. Yeah. Nah, I got you. I'm hurt.
Like, I can drive a little.
He said a little.
When it's nice like
Bet.
this.
So I'm driving the Batmobile. Is
Yeah,
what you're saying.
exactly,
All right,
yeah,
bet.
yeah.
Say less. I got you. I'm gonna spark up first, but I got you.
Oh, man. right, let's get into it. You ready, fellas? Cool. Let's do it. Let's have fun with it.
Damn